Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful, and I love coming to the seminars. They really make a huge difference.
Yeah. Well, we get a little momentum going together.
Tremendous.
In other words, you can't listen to us for this long without coming into closer proximity to who you really are. And then the momentum sort of gets going, and there's true movement that takes place within your point of attraction. It's a wonderful thing.
And everyone, like the chairs that comes, it just brings so much more out.
Yeah.
So taking what we've learned today and talking about satisfaction and in running my own business, in dealing with people and employees, I've been really concerned lately about not having them have to conform to my thoughts and how to look at them really as individuals and create an atmosphere of creativity.
Well, we have a question for you. Have you ever seen a flock of birds flying and they all are in sync with each other? It's like they're all receiving from one mind. And so in any organization, there are plenty of step one moments where their individual preferences are part of the equation. So they've already done their thinking and their sifting and their sorting, and they've already put it into the vortex. So now, as the leader of the vortex, you might say, your clarity about what you want is the fastest way to help them find clarity about what they want. You're not leading them to every single thing you want. You are leading them to the realization of the things that they want too. Isn't the perfect organization one that has many differing, diverse desires that are all being satisfied?
Yeah, that's been like my dream, how to flow that.
Well, by not paying too much attention to where they are or where they aren't, but by paying really deliberate attention to where you are. And by spending less time noticing what is going on in the organization and more time feeling what's in the vortex version of the organization.
That's a big distinction for me.
It's a big distinction, but the vortex version, this is a thing that we want you to hear. This will soothe you because your question is so pointed and genuine and important, because you are not wanting to ride over the top of them. You want them to feel inspired and them to feel beneficial to the whole. You want them to feel the part that they are playing. You want them to feel the satisfaction. You know what you want? You know what you've discovered? You've discovered the most important thing of all. You cannot dictate or orchestrate anybody else's satisfaction. Whew. You can't be the leader of an organization that sets it up so that they're all satisfied. Their satisfaction comes from only from the same place that yours does, a desire that they carve out of life that they manage to line up with. And so the best that you can do for them is demonstrate ideas are flowing from you into the vortex and you are lining up with them. And as you demonstrate your alignment, which means as you demonstrate your temperament of joy, as you demonstrate your ease about life, as you demonstrate that you're not edgy anymore because you're meditating and you know about the receptive mode and you're there often, and when thoughts flow, there is nothing more exhilarating than to be together with a group of happy people, not drunk, to be together with a group of happy people, tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and many of you in the receptive mode. Oh, the collective synergy that comes out of that sort of a situation. So you don't want to get ahead of yourself by trying to figure out what they're going to receive. You just want to be a proponent of the receiving mode. That's all you got to do. Because their life with you has caused them to ask for things. They've already asked and source has already given it, and collectively you can receive it and dance together in a way that is so satisfying. So satisfying. We think you heard all of that, didn't you?
Very much so.
Something more?
No, that was it.
Really good conversation.
Thank you.
Just sit there for a second. So you've got it, don't you? The creation, the creation, we're just going to enjoy this. Your creation has already been accomplished in your vortex. You've already done the step one asking. And it's so aligned, and your vortex with law of attraction has gathered the cooperative components, and you are so potentially on the verge of receiving. if you can just, for a little while, be satisfied with just feeling sort of kind of good and not needing to know the complete path that will lead you to the complete fruition of everything that you want, but just feel satisfied now, satisfied that you feel good in this meeting no matter how anybody else is, satisfied that you know their potential even though they don't, satisfied that you know the vortex is ripe with all of their creativity whether they know it or not, satisfied that sooner or later, and probably sooner, they're going to tune into this thing that you've got going on, and they're going to start feeling the same joy about it that you are, holding yourself in vibrational alignment with what you really know, with the new juicy gum that's in your mouth, the new delicious ideas that are flowing to. It is so satisfying for us to be here with you and to acknowledge your diversity and your contribution to your individual vortex and to the collective vortex that we are all about. It is satisfying to us to recognize the movement energetically that has taken place just in this brief time that we've been chewing together. The anticipation that we feel about what's coming next is anticipation that you can feel as well. We would like you to know that every positive emotion that you feel is you close enough to the vibrational vicinity of who you are that you're actually feeling, because emotion is a manifestation. You're actually feeling a manifested reception of how your inner being feels about the thought that you're thinking when you feel the emotion. That's tuned in, that's tapped in, that's turned on. That's an important thing to acknowledge. And so don't try to force happiness. Just let yourself feel it when it comes. We are asking of you something that may seem odd to you, because we usually don't ask anything of you. But because of the degree and the power of the desire that we can feel from so many of you and collectively in this gathering, we are going to ask you to just play with the notion for a few days of sitting for 15 minutes at the beginning of the day and quieting your mind. Find a place that is comfortable and focus upon something that can get your attention. Esther likes the sound of the air conditioner, something that's constant, and she just likes to focus on it and just see if she can just focus on it until you find yourself in a place that you feel detached, where maybe you're receiving some movement or you are losing some of your awareness of your environment. The other day, Esther meditated, and so did a friend. Her friend meditated at another location, and then they came together for a walk. And before they walked this loop that they like to walk together, they were sitting by a little manufactured stream that Esther has in her front garden, and they were listening to the beauty of the stream. And her friend said, "This would be good to meditate to." And Esther said, "Let's." So they sat and just focused upon just the sound of the stream, this beautiful stream that this man made for Esther, who placed every rock with the intention of it making a sound that would add to the whole. He moved rocks around for weeks until he found the sound of a natural stream. And Esther loves this stream, and she loves that sound, and she listened to each rock. She listened to each ripple, and she listened to the symphony of the whole. It was such a delicious moment for her. And then an airplane flew over. And then another one, and then another one. The whole San Diego fleet left that morning, flew right over her house. She could hear it. And then they walked. And as they were walking, Esther said, "You know what I learned from this meditation that I did not know before? The whole point of it is to focus upon something that we've decided to focus upon, no matter what else is going on around us." I still heard that stream more emphatically than I heard those airplanes. She said, "I think that what Abraham has been trying to tell us is that we don't need the world to line up and be the way we need it to be. We don't need it to be quiet and be still. We don't need things to be just the way we need them to be in order to tune into who we are. We can show ourselves that we can tune in anytime, any place, which then gives us the freedom to be out in the world where all the action is, where all the juice is, where all the new is, where all the new desire is, and still be in alignment. We can be in the receiving mode anytime we choose to be. There's appreciation for you that these words cannot convey. but the emotion of our appreciation is being presented to you all day, every day. And your satisfaction, little by little, will lead you to the way that we feel about you. And when you get there, you will be living happily ever after. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain securely, definitely, eternally, determinedly, stubbornly in your vortex. So much. Thank you so much. I think it was wonderful.